Here's all going live. Quickly do a sound check. G'day, how you doing? Ian Apples here, your acrylic guru from Australia. Welcome to my video here. Every Friday night I come on live this time and connect with everybody. Before we get going, I need to let people come into the room and also just do a quick sound check, okay? There you go, that sounds all right, doesn't it? Okay, now, what I need to do is to put some links in the description below. Now there's about 10 links there. Check them out. Get used to watching creators' links or knowing what their links are all about, because it's to do with their content, their channels, everything like that. It's good stuff. Where are we? Get back over here, save that. And I've got like my Facebook page, my art group page. You can post your art there and connect with a lot of other artists. And if you want to critique. If it's asked for, don't critique if it's not asked for though, because it can ruffle some feathers. There's also my art that's for sale. I like to always try and promote my art and sell it when I can. Okay, what else is there? Now we'll go and, where are we? I better bring the chat up so we can see who we're talking to here. Here we go, look at that, episode 47. Bang, let's click on that. And I left the card all the way over there. So what I will do is if I can, I'll just lean over there and grab it and just put it back here in the background just so it sits there pretty. There we go, next to me mother there. All right, now, how's everything looking here? All right, what have we got? 16 people so far. So we'll wait for some people to come in the room there. Who we got? Christina. G'day, Christina Martinez. We've got a Kristen Tyree. We got Anthony. G'day, Anthony. How you going, mate? Good to see you here. We got Laura Lou. G'day, Laura Lou. Angela Young. Okay, so I've done that. What else do I normally do? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I just want to put this link into my Facebook page as well, just so people there can see. Where are we? Boom. Let me get that there. Why is it taking a long time? Post. Oh my goodness. Something's gone wrong here. All right. I'll try it again. Just so as we can get something in the Facebook. If you're there, Ange, can you just put a link to my art group page so the members there can see, find the link. I'll just put that there. Just putting it on my Facebook now. Here we go. Beautiful, getting preview. That's it. That's the way I should have done it before. I mucked around before and did it all wrong. All right, you got your coffee, you got your water. We're going to spend another hour. Sometimes it goes a little bit less or a little bit more than an hour. And we'll just use this to connect with each other and have a good old time. Ask questions, ask me whatever you want about art, my channel, myself, or even Steve the cat, eh? So everyone's coming in and saying hi to everybody. Good stuff. And also, I want to acknowledge some people that support my content throughout the weeks. From last week to this week, there's a few I want to acknowledge, and I do this every week just to acknowledge them, and because I do appreciate the support these people give me. And that goes to an acknowledgement to Christopher Capel, Angel Jackson, Kelly Davis, Jerry Powell, Tommy Stimax, Darren McLean and Timothy Durf. Thank you very much for your support. And they support me in ways of purchasing my art, or becoming a patron supporter, or just simply hitting the PayPal donate link below and just sending me support that way as well. All right, so thank you very much to those people, and I'll give them a few more shout outs again throughout the show. So this is your opportunity to ask me questions. Any questions you want to ask, feel free. This is your opportunity to talk with me, okay? And we can connect with each other. How we going now? I'm just wearing my shirt today. I'm not wearing me, yeah, my back's all right. I didn't take any painkillers. It's all right. I just struggled through the pain until it went away. And yeah, it's okay now. It lasted for about 2 and a bit days, but it's just to do with my work, bending over on the roofs, up and down ladders and things like that. Okay, so thank you very much for that, Laura. The link has been sent to the art group. While you're mucking around, I'm afraid I'm ahead of you. No worries. Yeah, live does that to you. So I'll go, I've just got to get rid of one here, and I'll delete that one. Delete. Now I just want to check, I've got to check my camera as well. How we going there? I'm going to see if this will go there. There we go. I'm on another monitor now, and for some reason I've lost, no, they're still there. I've got a bigger monitor there. I wonder if, I want to open up, if I can get this back here. I want to open up a another screen now, just so as I can, where are we? Just so as I can check out my links. Oh no, my links are over here as well. So there, here, I'll go through the links. There's like, obviously there's the PayPal donate link. That's what you use to buy my art or just simply support my content and send money through that way. There's merchandise. Check out the merchandise below. Click on one of those articles and it'll take you into my storefront. And then there's obviously lots of different colours and sizes of everything there as well. There's a lot to choose from: cuts, sweaters, towels, pillows, leggings for the ladies. There's my Patreon page if you want to become a patron of mine. There's also a catalogue of my videos, all the videos that I do on YouTube. There's a link there, it'll take you to all my YouTube videos. They're all grouped together. There's one of Reese's music channel there. Check that out. There's a link that's my art for sale that just shows you what's available for sale. And ones that have been sold are also available to be sold as prints as well, so check that out. There's my art group network. There's a link to my bloopers. Okay, some of those bloopers though do contain mild or coarse language, so just be aware of that. And there's also traceables that relate to my YouTube videos as well, so check them out. Now I'm just going to go to, getting confused here, I don't need that one. So we've got Lisa Carroll, finally made it while it is still live. Ian finally got a canvas today, good stuff. I've noticed a lot of people have been waiting on their canvases. I'm doing your tutorial right now as I watch the second monitor of your live video show. Good stuff. Well, that gives you the opportunity while you're in the live, if you want to know something, you can ask me direct, and we can get that sorted there. Oh yeah, I posted in my Facebook page. Thank you very much, Angela. Hello, says Kelly Davis. Darren McLean. Ian, is that sailing ship still up for sale? I'm not sure. Message me after the show and we'll find out. I'll look into it and see if it's still there or gone. I can't quite recall. But do remember, if something you're after has been sold, you can also get it in prints. And the prints you can get in full size, half size, so you can get 2 different half sizes, or 4 different quarter sizes of different paintings of mine. Okay, so private message me in Facebook if you want to know more about that. Okay, and my Facebook link is in the descriptions below there. Okay, where are we? Oh, get over there. I'm just going to another page here. There we go, there we go, there we go. Ian is live now. It's taken so long to load because I've got so many things opened up here. Okay, I'll just click on that. There we go. I'll make sure the volume's down on this one as well. Come on. There we go. Land turtle or sea turtle, says Mona. Land turtle or sea turtle? I'll find out what that means. Skip the ad. Now, answer Joe's question, Ian. Okay, bear with me. Answer Joe's question, Ian. What was Joe's question? For beginners, what is a good surface to practice on? You can pretty much practice on anything, cardboard. You can even go to the art shops and get a canvas pad that has canvas sheets in there or canvas paper. They are perfect to practice on, but you can pretty much practice on anything, really. A trial and error as well helps you experience your way through your art journey. So there's no set surface that you need to practice on to become a so-called artist. You can practice on anything, okay? For beginners, what is the best surface? So there we go. You need to do another Aurora, Boreal Northern Lights. Land Turtle, saw that one. Darren McLean, cheers. Sharon Blankenship, I'm getting a print of a tiger, can't wait, says Sharon Blankenship. Oh yeah, that's in the mail, that's on its way, it's already been sent. Joe, answer Joe's question. Ian, says Mona. Sorry, Mona. Those people are still waiting for stuff in the mail. I don't know if you can recall, but things are taking a little bit longer with the COVID situation in mailing things overseas, but they will get there, okay? Lisa Carroll is saying, I've never used black gesso for foreground mountains. I've used plain paint instead. Could you tell me what is the difference between them? You're just adding depth behind the colour, okay? But I dry it between every colour layer so as it's not going to sort of mix and mud up. If you just got your white canvas and you're going to paint a green bush or something and you're painting that green just straight on the white canvas or your white surface, it can be a bit see-throughy. And it might look a bit cartoony or whatever. It does pay to put your darker colours down first and slowly bring it forward with highlights and brighter colours of that colour. And I love putting let's say I paint it black, I put the darker green in there, I mix up the dead underwood colour, put that in there and highlight it, and it just gives it more of a realistic look. I am stocked again, daughter. Just bought some new brushes and 5 canvases. Yes, sea turtle is what I'm drawing. Good stuff, Angela. Mona, I practice on regular line paper. I was a poor child. There you go. You can practice on anything, absolutely. Have I missed anything up there? I use plain acrylic instead. Could you tell me what is the difference between them? I know I read that one, foreground mountains. Okay. Laura Lou, Angela, can't wait to see your turtle. Perfect, Angela. Great deal, Angela. And good evening, Ian, says Tammy Hess. Good evening, Tammy. Good to have you here. Barry Redburn, how you going, Barry? Good to see you here. Yes, Sharon. They feed them pictures of steak. Wow. Here we got one here from Clifton. Thanks for the tips on the high flow paint. Fixing to do one of your tutorials using high flow techniques. Which one? I'm just, while I'm reading that, I'm just trying to see which monitor's best to read from. I think I'll put one here with the links below. So if you're watching the replay, check out the links below. There's about 10 of them there. Knock your socks off with those. I'll go through them again. There's the PayPal link to purchase paintings of mine. There's the merchandise link, my Facebook link, my Patreon's link. There's my videos that I actually have on YouTube. There's over 300 videos I have on my YouTube channel. There's a link to Reese's music channel. You can check out his music there, see what he's up to and his latest recordings there. There's my art for sale, what's available. There's my art network, my art group on Facebook. You can join there. There's my bloopers. You can see some of the bloopers that happened in the past and also traceables relating to my YouTube tutorials. Good evening from Georgia, USA, says Renee Clements. G'day, Renee. Good to have you here. And we got Gaynor Lloyd. Hello, Gaynor. How you going? Mona. Welcome, Renee. Some ask questions, because sometimes some people are here a little bit too shy to ask questions, and your question is sometimes something they wanted to know, and it's helping a lot of people out at the same time. Okay, and while we're waiting for some more questions, I just want to acknowledge some supporters here that support my content. And I want to thank Christopher Capel, Angel Jackson, Kelly Davis, Jerry Powell, Tammy Stimax, Darren McLean and Timothy Dirth. Thank you very much for your support, much appreciated. And like I said before, these people support me in way of donations, buying my art and becoming a patron of mine. So thank you very much for your support there. Okay, so like I said, this is your opportunity. We come here once a week and you can ask me anything you want. I've got brushes here if you want to know what brushes I use, anything about the paints I use, or even just about me and on my channel itself, okay? Where are we up to? Mona Macaulay. You got to check out the bloopers. They are the best, says Mona Macaulay. Yes, they're not too bad. They're not made as regularly, because I'm mainly filming on my own now, and not a lot of mistakes are happening. Where back then I had other people in the room with me filming, and mistakes happened which created natural bloopers. Okay, so that's the reason why they're not so regular. So check it out. Mona McCulley loves them, and a lot of other people do as well. Laura Lou, question. On last tutorial, I noticed you used black gesso. Why? That's because I wanted to paint the black on there to create the depth. So when I'm putting the greens on there and the highlights of the greens, you can see depth. It's not just cartoony green looking, okay? I've always done that quite a lot in my latest stuff. Do you ever cut your brushes? I never have. I suppose there's nothing stopping me, but I never have at this stage. I'm just using, the main brushes that I use is a hog bristle, flats, and my, where are we? I do have a filbert here. A filbert. They're the main brushes I use, okay? Different size flats, fan brushes, and the filbert, and obviously these style for blending the way I blend, okay? And I also have a flat 2-inch brush, the yellow handled one. I don't have that next to me here. That's just to apply the beginning of the flow white paint to the canvas, so as all my sky colors are going to blend the way they blend. So 1984 Status. Is it possible to paint one of your tutorials and all flow paint? With all flow paint, I'm assuming. You could try it. I've never done it all with flow paint, but just something like that, you'd have to give it a go and see how it works for you. But you might have to dry sections as you finish each part and go on to the next stage like that if it's flow paints. See how you go with that. Do you ever cut your brushes? No, I've read that one. So that was from Christine Martinez. Celine Davis. I've missed watching you, but I have been very sick for a while, feeling a little better. Good stuff, Celine. It's horrible being sick, isn't it? Persevere. Okay, Darren McLean's got a question here. Is it better to use a spray can to do my base colour? Your spray cans are pretty much enamel paints, and acrylic doesn't like to stick to enamel. Okay, you can use acrylic for a base and then spray over that, or use oil paints that'll stick to acrylics, but not the other way around. So no, I wouldn't really suggest that, Darren. Renee, in my family, my sister is the artist. She is better. Now she is better. Watch out. I'm practicing daily with your vids. Good stuff. She is what? My sister is the artist. Now she's better, oh, now she better watch out. Gotcha. I'm not the best reader, am I, eh? Can't read for nuts. Laura Lou, thank you. Tammy Hess, do you prefer a certain brand of brushes? No, I don't go for a brand in brushes. I use any brush. I don't care if it's a snotty 50-cent brush or a $16 brush. If it's going to do what I feel it will do for me, I'll be happy with it. But if it doesn't, well, I've learnt not to use that brush again. I use brushes from the hardware store and also brushes from the arts store. Okay, different types. And I don't really go for a brand. I mean, if I had my own brand of brushes, yeah, I would promote that, but I don't have my own brand of brushes there, okay? Where are we up to? Tammy Hass, George, oh no, Gregory. G'day, Gregory, how you going? Is it okay to use a hairdryer to dry obviously your paint? Oh, well, I do. I use a hairdryer. It just speeds things up for the filming process. But if you're not filming and you're not in a rush, you can do a bit and let it dry naturally while you go and have a cup of tea and a biscuit or a scone or something like that, or come back to it later on in a couple of hours' time. There's no rush. Just remember there's no rush in your art piece, because it's going to live on the wall many years long after you and I are gone. Okay, so it's worth the effort to put time into it. And I myself use a hairdryer because I'm filming and I need the time to get it done. And the quality of the paints I'm using, I use Atelier paints. Paintings that I've done 5 years ago, it hasn't ruined them in any way, shape or form, okay? People might tell you use hot air or use cool air. Or use no air or natural air. I don't know, use whatever you feel, but I've never had a trouble using the hairdryer when I use it, okay, in my art pieces. And people have bought my art many years ago and they've still got them. They can probably go and look at them now and see they're still in perfect condition. Okay, where else did we get up to? That was from Gregory. Vitral Earth. Are things getting on track in Perth? I suppose they are. If they fell off track and they're back on track, I suppose they are on track there. Villa Vitral Earth. Darren McLean, you do okay. You're cool. Well, thank you very much, Darren. I'm not sure what you're meaning there, but maybe you're meaning I'm doing okay with me art. That's good to hear. Gaynor Lloyd. How many coatings of gesso would you do before painting? And can you water it down? The one I bought is really thick. Gesso is normally, well, it's pretty much the consistency of the paint you use to paint your ceilings in a house. Ceiling paint. Okay, it's pretty much that. It looks the same consistency. I got gesso here from the art shop. I'm going to open it, but I'm going to try and do it so I don't splatter paint everywhere. Where are you? Come on here, boy. I'll get a knife in there. So bear with me a minute with your questions while I just open this up. And because you're buying it from an art shop, you're probably going to pay 3 or 4 times the price on what you can buy it from the hardware store. But this is white gesso. It's the consistency of ceiling paint you paint in your houses, okay? That's the consistency of it. That's the consistency it should be, okay? I'll just go a bit closer to the camera so you can see that. Okay, that's the consistency of it, okay? Now you don't need to water that down. I wouldn't recommend watering it down, okay? I wouldn't. Now I've got to munt it up the lid. Where did that question go now? I've got to find it. So, yeah, depending what you're painting on, I paint on canvas cloth. It's already gesso primed, so I don't gesso it again. If it's not gesso primed, give it a couple of coats until you're happy with what you're looking at there, and then you can go and start painting on that. Give each coat different strokes so that it's cross bonding with everything. But if it's already gesso primed, I generally don't gesso it again. I leave it. And 9 times out of 10, the ones you're buying from the shops are gesso primed anyway. So like the ones you see me use, I buy a big roll of canvas. I cut it up to all my appropriate sizes. And that's already got a gesso primed. If you turn it over, it looks raw and it's a different dull eggshell color. Okay, so the side I'm using is already gesso primed, and what you see me do in my videos is I'm using the craft paint here, and I'm adding that with retarder, and I'm bombing that on first so I can blend my skies. Some people might be mistaking that as me gessoing the canvas ready to paint, but no, I'm not. Normally you'd, like if you've got like boards, here's one here for an example, I'll just show you. This is an MDF board. I did cut some up. Now this was obviously brown. Hang on a minute, get rid of all that dust. This was obviously brown, but before you do a painting on it, that's when you need your gesso to prime it up. Okay, I'm using this to sit my monitor on for now, but if you've got another bit of board or anything you're going to do a painting on that you've got from the hardware or something, that's when you need your gesso. You're priming it up, getting it ready to do your art. How many coatings? All right, so I've got to get down here. Hello, says Tabitha Williams. Celeste Watson. Do you varnish your paintings? Yes, I do varnish my paintings when I know they're 100% finished. Darlene, what do you seal your paintings with, please? Just a gloss varnish I seal mine with when they're finished. Hello, Tabitha. Darren, would shellac dull the painting? Oh, you're reading. Will shellac dull the painting? I'm not sure. I've never used it, Darren. What do you? I don't even know what shellac is. I probably do, but as another word. But I'm not sure what you're meaning. Everyone, check out the thumbs up button under the video. Thank you. What was that? Mona Macaulay. Everyone, click the thumbs up button under the video. And support Ian, it's free. Yes, it is. Thank you very much, Mona. You're beautiful. Who we got here? August Cotton. Hey, Ian, can you talk about the bristles on those blending brushes from the hardware store? They are natural synthetic hog. Okay. Then they're synthetic hairs. Okay. They're plasticky. You can probably see the glistening on it there. Okay. Now the end of it is flat. Okay, but soft. This is flat and soft. It's not scratchy like, say, one of these type of brushes you get from the hardware store. That's a hog bristle, I think. I'm not really sure, but I wouldn't blend with that. That's very scratchy. Where the tip of this is nice and flat and soft, and the way I do my clouds, that is what I want. Okay, so they're synthetic, and you can get different 1, 2, 2.5, 1.5, half inch from there as well. So they're synthetic from the hardware store, the ones I use for blending. Okay, who we got here? I saw a watercolor tutorial that I wanted to try, only have acrylics. Is there any kind of adjustment I need to make? I've never painted in watercolors, and you'd have to understand the science behind watercolors. Okay, it's a total different method than just painting in acrylics. You need the proper paper for it to work, and you're controlling where it flows. I've never done it, so I can't really talk about how you can and can't work with your watercolors. Okay. Add a lot of water, Jackie, says Mona. You can try it with acrylics. Add a lot of water and water it right down and see what you get. Vitral Earth. Is it hard to mix your own yellows? Is it hard to mix your own Naples yellow? How to make it? Can you see that? No, you can't. There's so many. I've never mixed Naples yellow. There are so many tutorials on YouTube. You can just put in the search bar how to mix Naples yellow. And I'm sure someone's there showing you how to mix a Naples yellow, okay? Where else did we get up to? Here we go. Jerry Powell, yes, that's correct. You're correct, Naples yellow. Barry Redburn, me too, Darren. Many tears ago. Do you use a medium body paint? Says Darlene Silver. Darlene, years. A medium body paint. I'm going to show you here. This is what this show is all about. So this is Matisse. Okay, let me squeeze it out. No questions for a minute, just so we get this bit sorted here, okay? What can we put this on? I'm going to get a bit of this. Now I'm going to show you the different paints. They make an easy flip lid, but when it gets full of paint, they're just hard to open. There we go. I'm going to clean it. Every now and then these flip top caps, I clean them, but it's not a regular paint I'm using quite a lot of all the time. Oh my goodness, I've got a coffee there and I almost neglected it, and it's going a little bit stagnant and cold. Oh, I love that coffee. Now let's find something. My glove box. Let's grab another paint here. What have we got here? Naples yellow. And we want a flow paint as well. So we've got a, do we have a flow paint there? Yes, we do. Flow paint. Where's another one that I don't use so much of? I'll just use this one here. This here one here. Now, where was that question? Hold back on the questions a minute, otherwise I'm going to miss so many, okay? Do you use a medium body paint? Okay, do I use a medium body paint? I use Atelier. Now I want to quickly show you. This is the consistency of Atelier paints, okay? It can hold itself. That's the consistency of it, okay? Right, that's the Atelier. That's what I'm using 9 times out of 10. Now also on this tube here, it's got structured, okay? Now, which means it's a lot dense and thicker in body. Look at that. You can stipple with that compared to the Naples yellow. It's more runnier. So that's the medium one I use. That's structured. And then of course you have a simple flow paint, which is Matisse again. They've got flow. It's got written on the tube there, it's flow, meaning it's pretty much a softer body. Watch how it comes out of the tube. Let's see if they've got enough in there. Oh, I picked up one with bugger all in it. Oh, come on. Let's see, let's find another one. Here we go, we've got a grey. Let's hope there's enough in here. Okay, let's try the grey. This is the flow paint. There we go. Now that's pretty much the consistency of that one there. But in general, like I've got the yellow green there, it's very watery. So back to that question. Do you use medium or body paint? So I use the medium. Let me put that back there out the way. And now I've got to catch up with all these questions. Barry, too many moons. Clouds are my nemesis. What could you suggest for fluffy white clouds? First, I don't know how much practice you put into it, but it does take a lot of practicing. You can just do a lot of practicing just on clouds themselves. And it depends on the blending brush you're going to blend them with. Because in my opinion, a cloud is created by applying it to the canvas and then blending it into the canvas and then maybe touching it up with some yumminess, okay? So it's all about practicing. And watch my videos. I use the flow white and the retarder to condition the canvas. So when I've got the sky color on there, it's still movable and wet. So when you're putting a cloud on, you can blend it so beautifully and yummy. Where else are we up to? Thank you, my friend. Okay, I like tears better. Barry. Sarah Shack, g'day Sarah Shack, has several cloud tutorials. I have several cloud tutorials, yes I do. What retarder would you recommend for your clouds? I don't use it in the actual cloud paint. I've only used it in the flow white when I'm putting it onto the canvas. I got my flow white mixed with retarder. That's put onto the canvas. It's white, okay? And then I put the sky colors on, whether it's blue, a bit of quinacridone magenta, or a bit of Indian yellow, whatever. I put the sky colors on without retarder onto that retarded white flow paint surface. Then the paint out of the tube is the white paint. No retarder in that either. I'm just using that out of the tube, stamping it on and blending it into that sky surface there, okay? That was for Clifton. Mona, paint is very thin, similar to craft paint, but all the same, easy to wash away with water. Absolutely. Karen Parker, here we got one from Karen Parker. Hi Ian and everybody, I just found a Bob Ross blending brush on Amazon because hardware store brushes are nylon and are awful for blending clouds. I hope this will work. There you go. Karen Parker's found a Bob Ross blending brush. Thank you, Sarah. Barry Radburn. There was a few tears too, Sharon. Okay. So Tabitha loves a coffee. Sarah Shack. There's a lot of numbers there. I don't know what that's all about. Hello, everyone, and hi, Ian, says Dave. There we go. I've caught up now, so you can throw some more questions out there if you like. I've caught up to the questions there. I'll just put these back. How's that, eh? You're live and you're trying to do some simple demo and the tube just won't happen for you. Will it? Yeah, blending brushes, once you discover the blending brush that's going to work for you, you're done, you're home. You can go on from there and master your blending, okay? A lot of people use so many different types of brushes for blending, and it's just because someone's using that brush there and it's working for them, it doesn't mean that's what you got to have or you should have. It's just working for them, and if you want to use their style, get the same brush and try it out and see how you go. Bob Ross brushes, people like Bob Ross, just keep in mind they're oil artists. They can use a bit of a scratchier paintbrush and get a nice silkier, smoother finish where acrylics do not allow that to happen. So just remember, if you're watching an oil artist or an acrylic artist, and what you are using, whether it's oil or acrylic as well. Gregory, when you paint your background sky and you go and put your clouds on, should the paint be dry before you start adding your clouds and blending? Amen. No, it's not to be dry. That's the whole thing behind it. It's got to be wet. You've got to get that retarded surface on, the sky color on, and then quickly get those clouds on and then blend them. If it's dry, they're not going to blend as well, okay? Depending how seasoned you are, you can do dry blending, but no, it needs to be still wet. And once you've finished your sky, then it can be dried and you can carry on from there. So I hope that answered your question there, Gregory. Darren McLean, I meant French polish. Okay, as in using shellac French polish for restoring furniture. If I was to paint that instead of using gloss spray paint to give the art a brighter look, well, you'd probably have to try that out, Darren. Just experiment in your shed or in your kitchen or somewhere and just try that out and see if it's going to work for you, okay? I've never done it, so if it's something I've done, I can always say yay or nay on the matter, but with that, I just simply haven't used it, so it's a bit pointless of me saying, well, I reckon it might work or when it might not, okay? Darlene, so true. Found nylon the best blenders. There we go. Mona, what do you do with your empty tubes of paint, Ian, when they are... Where did that go now? When they are done and spent. I used to collect them. I don't know, because I just loved the way they looked, all squashed and arty, but I think I finally threw them out, because I'm one of those people that's very hard to throw things away. Oil and acrylics are extremely different, says Mona. Yes, they are. Tammy Hass, thanks again for Sarah. Is it water-based, Darren? Says asking Mona. So is your shellac water-based? Test a small part first, Mona is saying. Okay, Gaynor Lloyd. What retarder do you use? The one I had was from the art shop, and the bottle is very small and is special formula. And is it possible to make your own? The retarder I use, here it is here. I use, it looks like, it's clear and it looks like baby oil, okay? I use Jasonja's. That's the brand I like and use. There's also Atelier makes it, Global make it. I don't even know what's in it. I've never made my own, so I don't even know if you can make your own, okay? If you're doing foliage, trees and rocks, I don't really, the way I paint, I don't really need this. I mainly need it to get my, let's say I'm doing a big water body or a sky. That's where I'm using it. See what the reaction will be. Okay, says Mona. Bev Sowers, g'day Bev Sowers, good to have you here. Hi Ian and everybody. I am 40 minutes late. That's okay. Where are we? 40 minutes in. We've still got a bit to go. Darren McLean, I'm a French polisher by trade. Mona Jasonjas, there you go. She spelt it right. That's the retarder I use. And I've also had Atelier as well. What colours do you use for flesh? Says Tammy Hess. You can mix up your own. Just get a bit of red. And there's even tutorials on that. I haven't really done one. But where are we? I'm just trying to find that. Oh, where did it go? What colours do you use for flesh? Where did it go? French polisher. Here we go. I'll find it again by reading through it. Willa. When I paint clouds at Burn Park, does it have to be completely straight? Mine is a little way yet. When you're painting a bum part, yeah, you want it parallel with the horizon line. If when you're painting, sorry, I'm just trying to make sense of your question there. Yeah, you want it parallel and then start blending up from the bottom of the cloud. I just popped in Jennifer Smith. G'day, Jennifer Smith. Jerry Powell. It all depends on the colour of the person. So that skin colour one, I've lost it. How do you... Oh, what colours do you use for flesh? Yeah, it depends on the colour of the person, okay? Where are we? I'll mark that there. Let's say you got coloured people, white skin, you got Indian skin, you got yellow skin, red, yellow, black and whites, whatever. Asians are yellows, Indians are browns, Italians, whatever. Get yourself a red, just as an example. I'm just going to give you an example. Get yourself some red and add some white. Now, let's say you're doing an Asian flavoured skin. Creep in a little bit of yellow and just little bits at a time. You don't want to make a pink, okay? And creep in a little bit of yellow and then mix that up. Let's say you're doing an Italian. Creep in a little bit of brown, just a little bit, okay? Look for those flavours. And I do believe there is actually a colour wheel for skin tones. Look that up. I do believe there is something on the internet there. I can't be 100% sure, but look into that. Just try and look up a skin tone colour wheel, okay? How do you frame your art? I just painted a large painting and framing cost is a killer. Yeah, like I make my own frames in the shed, but if you can't do that, yes, unfortunately frames can cost a bit of money. So you'll have to take them to a framer and get them framed. But normally my frames are routed out at the back here. See at the back of that, can you see it's routed out here? And like this, as an example, I'll go to the second-hand shops and look for anything that's framed, and I'm just buying it for the actual frame. Now I cut this frame down and I painted the inner area white because that always highlights the painting there. And I cut this down to size to fit my canvas panels. So when I'm whacking a frame on it at the end, I know that's going to fit my canvas panels. You can go to not an art shop, you know, the Salvos or the Good Samaritans or someone like that, and just go in there, those second-hand shops, and look for all their framed old artwork and stuff like that, wall prints and that, and you can find some good frames in there. And that's a cheap way to frame your artwork. Love to all. Thank you, Sharon, says Angela Young. Catch you next time, Angela. Sleep well, Angela. Thank you. Mona, it's made out of beetle dung, says Darren McLean. Jerry Powell, flesh colour is red, yellow, blue and white. There you go. Red, yellow, blue, red, yellow, blue and white. I've mixed up some. Do I have them here close by or not? I did. Oh, here we go. Here we go. What I've done, it's something you can do. I've made these. Okay. I'll just quickly show you. Make sure there's... Okay. And what I've done colours to try and work out what colour I want. I've made sort of my own colour charts. And then I've wrote on them, like, where's a skin tone? Here's pretty much, does that look like a skin tone there? It sort of does. I've wrote on them red and white. Okay, then I've got the pink. Okay, where are we up to so I can see what I'm doing here? And then I've got some brown here and I've added some brown. Okay, then I've added a little bit more white just to tint it up a bit more. And these are all different colours that I've made, and I've wrote next to them what colours I've used to get that. Okay, that's something you can do. Get a cardboard and experiment with some colours, and you can always go back to it and look at say a reference picture or something like that, and you can work out, well, that's the flavour I want. What did I use? Okay, I used yellow, green and yellow oxide, and I got this type of colour here, if you look at that for an example. So there's different things you can do with your art. And there's a few skin tones that I've sort of pulled off here. There's another one there that's going into some skin tones as well. I could pretty much look into that and see what I used, which was red, blue and yellow, and also tinted it down with some whites as well. So that's something you can just sit down at home and make some charts like that and reference them. Colours for skin tones will be awesome. Yes, it would. Can you share with everyone the colours, your colour, oh, hang on a minute, I'll read that again, Mona. Ian, can you share with everyone your colour inspiration chart? I don't have a colour inspiration chart. I have a mixing chart up there. I just showed you some colour panels that I made up, but there's even things like this you can get online. A colour mixing guide, and they've got the colours listed here. So any flavour in the middle, you'll reference it with the side and bottom colour, and it'll tell you what to get those colours. It's a bit small to show on camera now, but just look up any colour mixing chart, and but you probably need a lot of different colours to create those as well. Okay, I finally caught your live stream, says Kathy Ramsey. Good on you, Kathy Ramsey. Good to have you here. Lovely to have you here, Kathy. Friendly reminder, give the thumbs up. Yeah, give me the thumbs up. Don't be shy to hit the thumbs up. It costs you nothing to do that. I'm just going to have a drink of water. Oh, I'll give some cyber hugs and kisses to the lovely How do I spell your name? Dirth. Is that Timothy Dirth there or Tindirth? The writing's gone a bit weird. Thank you very much for that. If that's a male, sorry for the cyber hugs and kisses, but love to you anyway, my friend. Thank you for that super chat donation. Yes, mixing chart. I'm sorry. Well, did I show you it? Because I showed two different types here, so I hope I showed you what you were looking for. Mona, look up on Facebook. Darren McLean's saying. Yes, Sarah. Thank you. Thanks for the chat and answering my question. Good night, says Tammy Hessler. You're welcome. Mona, shellac is actually made from dry body wings of beetles and wings of beetles. So it's made of insects. I'll just quickly give a shout out to Christopher Capel, Angel Jackson, Kelly Davis, Jerry Powell, Tammy Stimax, Darren McLean and Timothy Durf. They've supported my content throughout the past week in way of either purchasing my art, becoming a patron, or simply sending me donation from the PayPal link below. Thank you very much for your support, much appreciated. Mona look me up on Facebook. Okay, there we go. Thank you for the chat and answering my question. Yes, read that one. Okay, where are we up to? 50 minutes. We've been going for 50 minutes. That's not too bad. I've got to remember I've got paint all over my tissue. Not my tissue, my, what do you call it? Glove box. Okay, so any more questions? If there's not any more questions, I can start feathering this down, and we'll be here next week. So just let me know if there's anything. Well, we've been going for 50 minutes. I normally go for about an hour, but if it appreciate and do as well. Ian appreciates it and we do as well, says Mona. Thank you very much, Darlene Silver. Tabitha Williams, I found a tutorial for skin tones. Private message me and I will pass it on to you, Tammy Hess. And we got one there from Kelly Davis. G'day, Kelly Davis. How you going? Is craft paint the same as poster paint? Yes, it is. It's poster paint, student paint, craft paint. It's just a cheap paint, something you can buy in bulk. Poster paint, I even have a poster paint here, but it's the same stuff in a different bottle. This was from one of those $2 shops. Okay, that's from the art store. All right. That's just the way I prepare my canvases when I'm doing a sky. A lot of regular viewers of mine know that how I do a sky, but if you're new to my channel, I'm normally mixing that and the retarder together, pretty much 30 to 40 to 50 to 60 or 70%. I mix them up. You see me doing it on the palette there, and I'm priming up the canvas, and then I'm adding the sky colours and the cloud colours, okay? I just tried to paint your last painting. I just started to try and paint your last painting, Dave. Don't try and paint it, just paint it, my friend. You can do it. You can absolutely do it. I just started, read that one. Mona, very thin. Sharon Blankenship, how are the cats? They're not bad, Sharon. Cats are great. They're only using me. I just found out they're just using me for food. They come in and love me when they want something to eat. When they've eaten, they're out. They don't care about me. So, but what do? I love them anyway. Ian, one last question. Ask any question you want, as many as you want, Mona. Tabitha Williams is Kelly Davis. They are clothes very thin and flowing. The higher the quality, the paints have more pigment and are heavier. I drink iced coffee. Yes, I drink iced coffee too. Covis. Sorry, I just got here from Melbourne, says Covis KK. G'day, Covis, welcome. Darlene, who wants to know how you price your paintings. That's a good question. Anywhere, measure your painting in inches only. Whether you work in metric or measure the inch that way and measure the inch that way. So if it's 3 inches by 5 inches, times that. 3 by 5 is 15, so that's 15 inches, or 30 by 60. So you measure the square inch. That'll give you the square inch. When you measure this length times that length, that'll give you the square surface area of how many inches are there, okay? And normally, by rule of thumb, anywhere from 30 cents to 50 cents an inch, depending on the quality of your art, how good your art looks to most people in general, how popular your art can be, the subject of the art as well. They all have a difference. You know, an art piece can take you, let's say, an average an hour. But if you've done it and it's taken you 6 months just because it's taken you that long, it doesn't mean it owes you 6 months worth of money. It still can only generate its footprint to me, which is anywhere from 30 cents to 50 cents. And why I say that is, you know, some people's art is not bad and it's okay, but then there's others that's just got that bullshit effect, which is like, wow, that is nice. They're up to the 45 to 50 cents a square inch, where if it's just nice and average and okay, that's around the 30 cents a square inch, okay? Everyone's art is purchasable and it's all worth $1 or $2. So I normally go by, I sell mine anywhere from, I think it's 50 cents a square inch I'm selling mine at for, okay? So that's how I price my paintings. Do you have a nice, you have a nice hairdo for sure, says, you have, where did that one go? Oh, it's gone now. That was from Gregory. Oh, well, thank you, Gregory. I have a nice hairdo. Good night, all, says Tabitha Williams. Denise is saying hello. Barry is saying bye to Tabitha. Ian, what was your hardest piece to let go? They're pretty much all hard to let go, but there are the odd ones that I really, really like, and there's been a few of them. So I can rattle up. There was a sunset over a waterfall. I don't know what the number of it was. That's another thing that I was going to look up here was my videos. Where are you, Ian? No, we've got to go here. Where are we? Videos. There was the dolphin. There was the macaw and the wolf head. What's going on here with this? Why is it just so... There we go. I'm just trying to bring up something here. Oh, everything is freezing on me. There we go. There we go. What's going on with everything? Just bear with me a minute. All my screens are going stupid now for some reason. They've never done it in the past. And as I say, now that I'm live, they want to go stupid billies on me. So let's get this back over there. I'll go to oldest. Yeah, so back to that question. There has been a few that were hard to let go, Mona. The dolphin, the macaw, the wolf head, and the waterfall with a sunset over rocks, looking up at it, type of thing like that. Covis KK, question brushes. Should you wash and dry brushes after each paint session, or is it okay to leave them in a jar of water? I wouldn't leave them in a jar of water, no, because you got the ferrule and you got wood, and wood and metal can rot, rust, swell and crack and dry and all sorts of stuff like that. So you want to try and look after your brushes the best way you can, unless you don't mind replacing them more often than what you need to. So do not leave them sitting in water. And also with leaving them sitting in water, like, you can damage the actual bristles. They can come out and be splayed wrong and you can damage them. I wash mine and then I fold them in a towel and dab the water out of them, the little ones. And the bigger ones, I flap in my beater bucket and give them a severe flogging to get all the water out of them that way. But don't leave them sitting in water. That's not a good thing to do. Do you have any paintings that you keep and are not for sale? Yeah, the one I did of Steve, Sarah, that's definitely not for sale. But everything else is for sale. Okay, everything else is for sale. Yes, they are hard to let go, I agree, says Mona. Sarah Shack, I love the one I got. Can't wait till my new one gets here. Yes, Sarah Shack's bought a few of my paintings there and she absolutely loves them, and it's good to hear the feedback from everyone that buys my art. And as of this date, I mean, the art prices changed due to postage fees and fees like that. But at this stage, they're 74 US dollars, and that gets it posted to your house, okay? That includes all shipping, handling, labelling, fees and whatnot like that. And they're all done through PayPal. So if you ever do want to inquire or purchase one of my paintings, message me on Facebook. The links are in the description below. Ian, the brush you say is okay to buy from the hardware store. Do you look for certain brushes? I look for something that is flat along here. It's flat. Some brushes can be oval shaped like that or sort of like this. I don't want that when I'm looking for a brush the way I blend. I want this to be dead flat, okay? Now, also, it's got a decent footprint there, okay? And I want it to be soft but sturdy, so I can blend like that. I can control whether I want a soft or a heavy blend. If it's too soft, it's going to be hard to, and your brush is sort of going like this instead of controlled blending. That was for William. It's our Mona. No, Covet's water will draw up through the brush. Yes, I've addressed that. Lola. Flogging. Lol. Flogging. Yeah, you got to give you, the bigger brushes, I don't do it with the small ones, but everyone on my live shows that see me live, I've got a bucket with a broomstick handle, a bit of timber across it, and that's what I flap it along there and it gets the water off it, and I'm just giving it a severe flogging. Brushes like this, they need a severe flogging after they've been washed and rinsed, just to get the water out. And then I might just wipe them on the towel a bit and it's ready to go again, okay? Yay, Sarah, I envy you. Says Mona. Well, if you envy a Mona, join the bandwagon. Hit me on Facebook and send me a message and tell me you want to buy a painting, eh? No pressure, eh? Oh, talk about the print prices too, says Sarah. All right, the print prices. I don't have it with me. I think the print price is $55 for a print. US. Now, if you want 2 halves or 2 quarters and 1 half or 4 quarters, they all become the one price of a painting, which is 74 US. So you can either get, with prints, you can get the full size, which is my canvas size, this size here, A3. The prints are 55. I'm pretty sure I wrote that down in the office there. They're 55 for one print. But if you want a half size and then 2 half sizes or a half and 2 quarters or 4 quarters, it turns into 74 US because you're getting more for your money. And they come with the labels on the back showing you exactly what tutorial they were. And also they come with a autograph photograph of me acknowledging you as the buyer as well. Yes, the prints. So any painting that I've done out there, you message me on Facebook and say, listen, I want a print of this, that. And if you're going to buy a print, it pays to get a couple of them instead of just one little one. One smart lady, I forget who she was, but she just gave me a simple PayPal donation, but she messaged me on Facebook and she just wanted a print, but she only wanted a small one. And she sent me a X amount of a donation there. And I said, you can get this, that and the other. And she goes, no, 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 I just want to give you a donation, but I might as well get something for it. So she ordered a print along with it. So she got a print. She only wanted less than what she was entitled to anyway, but that's the way, well, what she wanted. So I thought, well, good on her, that's what she wants, and she got something for it, okay, which it helped her and it helped me. So prints are available. Message me on Facebook and inquire about that if you're interested. Mona, are you based in Australia? What do you do with your used water from washing out your brushes? I tip it out in the ground. It's only tip it out or down the sink. I don't, these ones here, I just tip down the sink. What I do with, see, they've got a grill in the bottom of them, okay? Now, if I've got a brush that's got a lot of paint on it, I wipe it on my paper towel, get the bulk off, and then I'll wash it and then rinse it, and it's clean. That way, this water isn't so gluggy and muddy. I can't handle that water being so green and muddy and gluggy. I do have a few different tubs for washing, rinsing and cleaning as I go along. Like Bob Ross beating the devil out of it. Yeah, he beats the devil out of it and I give him a severe flogging. Okay, Mona. Jennifer Smith, how do you photograph your paintings? That's something I want to get into. Where are we? 65 minutes. I'm going to start closing this up now, but I'm going to do, if you go to my Facebook art group page, click the link, request to become a member if you're not. This weekend I'm going to go, I do a live video on there. I'm going to do a live video solely on how to photograph your paintings. There's a trick to it and I'm going to show you that. But in general, you've got a photo, you've got a painting, you've got light up there, you're trying to take a photo, you've got glare, okay? And that glare gives you the heebie-jeebies, you hate it. So I'm going to show you how to not get that glare, even if you've got a glaring light up there, okay? I'm going to show you how to do it any time of the day or night. You want to take a photo of your painting and you want it to have no glare and you want it to be spot on, that you can use it as a print without glare in it. I'm going to show you how to do that on my art group page, okay? Quick thank you to Christopher Capel, Angel Jackson, Kelly Davis, Jerry Powell, Tammy Stimax, Darren McLean and Timothy Durf. Thank you very much for your support. How do you photo? So I'm going to touch on that. It was me, I only have a small one. Yes, totally here. He is amazing. Hang on a minute. Yes, totally here for him. He's amazing, says Sarah Shack. Thank you for all you do, Ian. Good night. Thank you, Celeste Watson. Have a great night, Ian. Thanks for all you do. Thank you very much. And just remember, if you like what I'm doing, you tell your friends. But if you don't, you tell everybody, all right? All the best. Goodbye, good luck, and good on ya. Oh, the coffee still went bloody cold. Oh, that's, what a waste of a, oh. Wow, wasted a bloody good coffee there. Okay, that's got to go out. They can go back in, where was that one from? That's from there. Now I can finish all this up. Oh, I didn't even clean that. Oh. She'll be right, mate. She'll be right, mate. She'll be right. Thank you, everybody. Christine Terrell, William, hello. Thank you very much. Take care. All right, I better go behind the camera and say it's Uru from the Guru.